Hey Taurus, TT here with another channeled message. This message is for all of my Taurians that have been, um, I don't want to say feeling stuck, but if you've been feeling like, what's next? What's next in love? What's next in my life? What's the next? What's coming for me? Right? Just kind of stuck in this in between place of staying in your particular, staying in your lane. All right, let's just say in your lane, wherever you've been feeling like you're safe here, you're safe in this relationship, you're safe at this job, and or you're safe in general. Like, who knows what's out there, and it's easier for you to just stay with what you're familiar with. A lot of you are being called to go outside of your comfort zone. The comfort zone is going to look different for each and every single one of you, but you will put on a very, very magnanimous show. Okay, it's going to be epic. Whatever this is that's coming for each and every single one of you, it will be different. So be gentle with yourself, Taurus. Be kind with yourself. A lot of you may have Pisces in your chart. If you have any Pisces in your chart, especially, I want to say in the big five. Okay. You are spiritually protected. You're spiritually protected. You're being spiritually guided. Your back is always being watched. So just know that for sure. But the message to you is to be easy with yourself. If you're new to this channel, welcome to our little love nest, Taurus, over here on Talk Taurus Tarot. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm glad to have you back. So let's get into this message. Like I was saying, there's a lot that's changing. Some of your gifts are about to be heightened. You're about to start seeing there's a certain gift that you have or ability that you have that's about to be increased. For some of you, this will be like a new gift, and it's going to feel like unfamiliar territory. Okay, I feel like in the last season, the gift of telepathy was really being heightened, but this particular gift could be like astral traveling, going other places you've never been before. So that could be something that you're starting to experience, out of body experiences, very vivid dreams, astral traveling, going different places that you've never gone before in the dream realm. A lot of doors being opened for you. But just know that the answers that you've been asking for, confirmations that you've been asking for, it's coming, all right? Especially in matters of love. There are some choices that will reveal itself to you, like which one you should take, which person should you choose. So Spirit is asking you to allow that person to reveal their intentions towards you. Allow these options before you make a final decision. Let them show you who they really are. Let them blow up. Let them reach a point of frustration with you, Taurus, because they can't change you. If now is not the time to be anyone else other than who you are. And if you were born stubborn for a reason, in this particular season, you're going to need to put your feet to the ground and stand your ground with this energy, with this person that's in your life. All of you will have a different version of this person manifest into your life. But what Spirit wants you to know, that this is a very manipulative magician in your life, which means this person has the ability to shape shift. They have the ability to be whoever they need to be in order to get you to get up out of your seat and let them sit there. They know how to get you to prepare the table for them. They know how to get you to do all the work, and they come in and reap the benefits. They know how to get you to change your mind. This person has the ability to do that. Distort your perception, distort your vision, and put you in suspended realm. And in this suspended realm, what's happening is this magician is trying to hijack your perspective, hijack your vision. And they could be doing this through literal spells or just projecting his or her intentions over you, projecting these illusions through the telephone wave. So just in mere conversation with this person at a distance, it can create a feeling of, I'm unsure. Is it love or is it not? Is it true or is it not? Is it real or is it not? In this space, now is the time for you to be a true Taurus, for you to stand there and wait for a confirmation. And if that person gets irritated with your with the patience that you're requiring of them, that is your sign. That is your confirmation that that person is not ready for you. That person is not ready, or that person has other motives or intentions unbeknownst to you. This person wants you to be scared of making your next move towards your new love relationship or towards just loving yourself in general. So you have someone that's intentionally wanting you to feel insecure. They are intentionally wanting you to feel like you're going to miss out on something if you don't give them a second chance. They're going to want to make you feel like you're not sure if you're going to regret, how is this going to affect the kids? How is this going to affect my personal life? Am I making the right decision? Am I even getting the right message? The illusions, okay, that's being projected right now is great. This person is very powerful. And each of you, Spirit is showing me, you will experience this monster made manifest in multiple forms. And when this person feels like their back is up against the wall, they get very desperate. Okay? When they feel like they're not succeeding, or when they feel like it's not working on you, or they're not able to pull you out of your own way of thinking, this person tries to shift again. Okay, I feel like you're doing a paradigm shift. Your perspective is changing, and somewhere in between that paradigm shift, it's like this person has found you in the middle of, you ever saw that movie, I think it's A Wrinkle in Time. So let's say that movie, A Wrinkle in Time, it's like the darkness is looking for you, and when you're in that in between one dimension into the other, and you're shifting those paradigms, this energy looks for you in that excuse me, it looks for you to tether itself while you're in the middle of it, because in that space that's where the veil is thin, that's where it's weak. So you're gonna have to see red, and you're going to have to charge full force ahead and say, fuck it. I made this decision. I'm sticking with it. No matter the consequences, no matter the cause or effect or how that may play out. When you make that intuitive decision to go somewhere or to do something or move in a particular direction, you're going to have to see red and charge ahead. Because if you stay too long in that in-between, the darkness will find you, and the darkness will try to manipulate you into repeating something again. So all this time, Spirit is saying you've been prepared for this. You've been cloaked. All right, I'm hearing Red Riding Hood. I'm going to post it in the community tab if I haven't already. Just check it out. They've been looking for you, but you've been cloaked. You've been protected, like the cloak of protection that was like in Harry Potter's, how it was shown to me. All right. But now that they've found you, okay, for some of you, they know where you live. You've invited them in. They've been looking at they need to know the blueprint of like your house, how many steps to the left, how many steps to the right. This is someone that is very skilled at astral projection, projecting into your reality and moving things around. And this person is alive. But in the spirit realm, this person knows how to really astral travel and do things Okay, but I feel strongly like this energy is alive. For some of you, you have an assigned entity to you, and that entity is really intended to follow you in everything that's in regards to love. So these relationships, you may have noticed that you're in love with bots or vessels or people that are empty, okay, hollow. That's not going to resonate for everybody, but for those where it does resonate, you know who you are. So in the spiritual realm, there's an entity trying to prevent you from ascending, trying to prevent you from experiencing this version of yourself. Because when you experience this version of yourself, it's almost like the moment that you stick this key into yourself, the moment that you unlock this caged bird or this caged heart that's been sitting on ice, the moment you thaw that out and you forgive and you release the pain of multiple past lives of having this same energy hunt you down in every lifetime, it's like the moment you open that door, the moment that you let your heart sing, it's like you obliterate that darkness, you obliterate that energy from being able to pretty much assassinate you over and over again through love and relationships. So Spirit wants me to tell you that to remember, okay? Remember that you have a contract. And no matter what the illusion is, that you're contracted to illuminate the truth. That you're coming of age. And this is the part of your ascension process. When you come of a certain age, of certain wisdom. When I'm speaking of age, I'm also talking of wisdom. When you come of age, you're supposed to illuminate and allow this to be expressed freely without any fear, without any self-doubt, without any type of restriction. And this comfort that you're meant to experience, being in your own skin, being by yourself and not doubting who you are, it's intended to liberate you from the darkness or the shadow that has been assigned to you through contract of experience. So I hope that makes sense. I'm going to pull from a couple decks today because this is a twofold message that came to me last night in a dream. But before I get into the dream, we're going to pull some oracle cards. Dang. And then from there, we'll flip the pages. So there's something about Capricorn season that's very important. This Capricorn season, specifically when you watch this live video, there's a contracted event that's supposed to happen, an experience that's supposed to be had, or something to that degree. So we're going to see what these oracles are talking about. You have success, career success, retiring, fulfilled, accomplish, finding success in your career. Work gives you a sense of purpose. So the first thing I saw, if you notice here, Taurus, you have this red cloak, right? And in this red cloak, she's also wearing this red cape. So this cloak was being cloaked underneath this decision, or in the past, the decision, like, should I go to this job or that job? Is this my life purpose? Is that my life purpose? What if I come out and I show the world my gifts? I'm telling you, there's this interbred feeling or sensation that if I say the wrong things, or if I show the world who I really am, that I'm either going to be ridiculed, crucified, attacked. All right. And it's coming from the space that many of you have experienced past lives of being crucified. You've been crucified. You've been hunted. Some of y'all come from Salem witch trials, and even longer than that, down to the Egyptian time zones. You've been hunted in many, many, many lifetimes just by doing your purpose. And this lifetime that you're currently in right now, you're supposed to experience a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment, that you went from hiding the truth to finally liberating yourself and revealing who you truly are and the essence that is who you are, without worrying about if you're going to be crucified again. You're meant to conquer that coded, that internal fear that was given to you, because there's a spirit of fear that has really made you afraid of going into the depths of that darkness. Some of you guys are about to be go through an ascension process where you're going to meet the darkness that has been taunting you face to face, and you're about to see essentially the devil. Okay, this reading might be a little bit heavier, so if you don't have the stomach for this reading, I would definitely encourage you to click off. Okay, because it's not going to be rainbows and lollipops in this reading. I have a very specific message that I've been assigned to deliver, and I will do that. Okay, so you're meant to find success in feeling like your life's work has been complete and you can rest. Finally, you are able to rest, and because just like you're slaying your Jabberwocky, you're slaying that that experience in love, or that, think of it like an entity. Entity means it's a body, it's an energy that has been working to suppress this in you, suppress this evolution in you, and you're going to be revolutionized, and in this lifetime you're intended to be successful at whatever it is that you have hidden and cloaked within you. You also have life path 2, harmony, relationships, partnerships. You prefer not to be in the limelight. Companionship is important to you. So like I said, many of you don't want to have to do it. This life path 2 is amplified also by 1 and 1. Okay, so this is a very lonely path, a very lonely road. You really prefer not to participate in martyrdom. You're tired of being sacrificed. You're tired of being the person that's the hunted. Okay, and I really feel like you have been trying to live a very low-key, low-profile life, and not really trying to be seen. You don't want the attention. You don't want the gratification. You really would just love to be able to finally have a life experience where you can rest, all right, and have a wonderful, loving relationship that is not built on trials and tribulations and adversity. And some of y'all experience lifetimes where you and your partner have killed each other, okay, and things would get very heated and it could turn into like life or death. And I feel like those past lives, you've experienced that same energy refuses to let you go, even in this lifetime. Source of light, because I'm telling you, you're a source of light to somebody. Source of light and positivity to others, achieving personal growth and wisdom. Your inner strength inspires others. So you're always going to be where it feels like it's like you're intoxicating. The darkness is attracted to you. The darkness in people, lower vibrational energy entities are always going to flock to you. And I feel like in this lifetime, your love and light it radiates through you. And this is why you have to step onto that platform. This is why you can no longer play it safe, Because even when you try to play it safe and disappear and cloak yourself and ride a very low profile, it always finds you. It always finds you. I mean, you can literally just try to live a peaceful life. I don't want any of it. But Spirit is telling you, remember your contract. No matter what it looks like, you may feel like you're playing it safe. You may feel like they don't see you. They see you. This is exactly where they want you. This is exactly where that opposite energy wants you. It wants you feeling complacent. It wants you feeling like, I'm just out here. I'm not disturbing anyone. I'm not ruffling any feathers. I'm not bothering anyone. It wants you to dim your light, because what you don't realize is the more that you sit there and you tell yourself that your intentions are pure by not stepping out and showing the world the real you, and the more that you're hiding, that you're not causing any trouble. But that's how they repressed you. That's how they suppressed you from being who you really are. Your authentic self is being held down, captivated, unable to, like, going through all the emotions, but unable to physically break free of those spiritual chains that has you locked up. And this has happened for some of you. Oh my God. At a very young age, some of you were abused and raped by authority figures. And you hid in parts of your subconscious by stuffing out your light. You hid because your light intimidated people. Your light made other people feel small. Your positivity made many people feel small, your family, your friends. And they've abused you and hurt you really, really bad. Your inner child was paralyzed. Your inner child was paralyzed and suppressed. And last night, the dream that I had, all I could do was cry. The dream that I had, it was so many children. But it was the look in these children's eyes. It was the look of fear. Fear is an entity. This fear has been holding on to the backs of so many of your inner child, of your inner children, where you can't even love freely. You don't know who to trust. Authority figures have let you down. You don't know. You can't go to churches. You can't go to certain groups. It's always something fucked up going on. In places where you're supposed to feel safe. In places where you're supposed to feel partnership and harmony and peace. But there's so much darkness. But I have something to tell you. The reason why they came after you, the reason why they tried to break your spirit, the reason why they told you to play it safe and hide, was because you were the greatest threat. You were the liberator. You are the liberator, and they saw it in you at a young age. And every child like you, every gifted child like you that carries this source of light has been assassinated before they could come of age, before they could make the choice for themselves. They've been abused, beaten, broken, and stripped by the very people that incarnated to love them. to protect them. And your innocence was taken by this entity to fear, to replace light and put darkness in you. This is very spiritual. To stop you from dreaming, to stop you from believing, to stop you from experiencing source energy. Look at that. To shut you up. You're someone that invokes progress and change in people, making them aware that something could be better, leaving them forever changed. Bottom of the deck. Busting through limiting beliefs, you'll discover your self-worth. A long journey to self-love. So you are a myth buster. You bust through these limiting beliefs around how love should be and what it's supposed to look like. And some of you have had to really lose people along the way. Friends, partnerships, lovers. You've lost a great deal just to regain your, just to regain who you are. All you wanted was, man, so many of you have so much to say. And it's like every time you're saying something that you know is right and it's coming from a place of love, you've been shut down and told, there go that Taurus talking again. Your beliefs intimidated other people's limiting beliefs. Forever being ignored by the people you love most. And the objective was to get you to become tired and just say, oh, fuck it. I might as well not say anything. No one wants to hear what I have to say. It's a lie. It's a lie that fear told you through people that you loved. A lot of you they've been telling you to shut up since you were a kid. Since you were a young child, you've been told to be quiet. Stop talking. But your ego is beginning to crumble. You're learning to master the energy you channel. Your energy can influence others' actions. You're meant to invoke progress and change in people, making them aware that something could be better, leaving them forever changed. You are a catalyst, and that's why you are a threat. You are a catalyst for what real love is in the lives of many people. So you're always going to have an arch enemy that wants to remind you to get back in your box, get back in your place, stay in your lane. You don't want to make an enemy out of this person, Taurus. That's what they're going to want you to feel. I don't want to make an enemy out of that person that thinks that they're better than me. I don't want to make an enemy out of that person that wants me to be forever their slave or their concubine. I don't want to make an enemy out of the person that I live with. I don't want to make an enemy. I don't want to say the wrong things. You've been living far too long on what you don't want. And Spirit is saying that remember, you were contracted to be the light. You were contracted to be the source of light and positivity and share your personal growth and your wisdom. You were meant to inspire, not to cower away and hide out of fear that never belonged to you to begin with. That the Creator did not send you down here with fear in your heart. A lot of you are earth angels. And you've been trying really hard to stick to what's socially accepted. I feel like you had a desire to belong to a community. I want to belong to that community. I want to belong to that spiritual community. I want to belong to that person. I want to be able to belong somewhere. Why am I such an enemy to the people that I love? I love Earth. I love the people on the earth. But why is it that my journey as an earth angel has to be so hard? Why is it that I have to be the one that's chained up, broken, misused, abused? Why is it that I have to see the worst in human beings? I feel like Spirit has an answer for you today. I really do. Let's get some tarot. Someone's contract is being activated this Capricorn season. And when your contract gets activated, Spirit is telling you, run. Full force, blazing. Immerse yourself. Fall into that path, that career, that life purpose. Just jump. And the Creator is going to catch you. You will not fall. You will not fail. Okay? If you've been wondering if you could do something by yourself without another person, you can do it. If you've been trying to decide if you should drop something and be significantly independent on your own, you can do it. Whatever that indecision is, you can do it. You will be successful. You put in the work, and Spirit is promising that you will reap the benefits. The illusions of how long it's going to take, the illusions around what you would have to sacrifice, is what fear has been trying to tell you. Oh, you don't want to do that. They've been whispering in your ear. You don't want to do that because it's going to take too long to happen for you, Taurus. You don't want to commit to that because you don't want to have to fail. I'm here to tell you that fear is a liar. I'm here to tell you that doubt is a liar. That every voice that is rising up in your head, be condemned. The Holy Spirit is upon someone. And that void that you're feeling, those voices in your head that's contradicting what you know to be true on the inside, that you know you want to just scream and let it burst out of your entire body, that's your confirmation. Set yourself free. Allow the Spirit to come over you. Allow the light and the source of light that radiates within you to burst open with no fear, no reservation. You will be successful. A lot of you are going to receive a lot of dreams, okay? A lot of dreams that you're going to have is going to make you feel like, I feel like these dreams is going to make you feel like you want to give up, okay? Some of y'all dreams are about to become really heightened, and you're going to feel like you're going to need to stay grounded, okay? You're going to need to stay grounded in this season because your emotions are going to play mind tricks on you. Your emotions are going to be the only thing that this anxiety, depression, worry, fear is the only thing that they can fuck with. Everything else is stable in you, Taurus. But when your emotions become unstable, when they have figured out what it is that you want, what do you love? This is how this energy creeps in. It pays attention to how you react to situations. So when it's that child that you love and you see that child going through something by that teacher doing something harmful to your child, that energy is sitting waiting to say, oh, that's how you get Taurus. Taurus gets angry about this. Taurus gets mad about that experience. Taurus reacts to emotions. So we're going to constantly look at what it is that Taurus love, and we're going to attack that. And then we're going to drive thoughts into Taurus' mind that encourages Taurus to give up, that encourages Taurus to stop doing the work, that encourages Taurus to stay complacent. This is how this manipulative energy has been intercepting your subconscious. It's through your dream state. What do you love, Taurus? I need to exploit that. How do I find your weakness? Many of you, you're not even doing it for yourself. And this entity is realizing that they've been attacking the wrong person. Many of you, you're doing it for your children. You're doing it for your future descendants. You're doing it for something bigger than you. You always were. And these vampires and vultures and entities, want to see you weep. Want to see you become over. One of the hardest things as an earth angel to ever have to realize is to be able to see all the ugly in the world and not want to obliterate the world in the process. Do you know how hard that is to do, Taurus? To look at all the disgust and the wickedness and the evil in the world, and to not want and to hold yourself back from wanting to just wipe the entire thing clean and start over. That's hard. Because you know that Source has the ability to change everything. And somewhere in between there, you have to find peace and trust in that higher power. And to look at someone else go through what you've been through, you don't want no one else to go through what you've been through. You don't want another child to experience what you've been through. You don't want your own children to have to experience the brokenness you had to endure, the struggles, the poverty. You don't want no one else to suffer. And those energies know that your heart is that pure. That if you could take away those experiences for those people, you would be the one to take it away. So because you can't take it away and you can't stop them on their journey, or you can't prevent those things on their journey that they're going to have to experience, you have to surrender to the visions that you see of so many fallen soldiers, so many fallen innocents, so many other children being abused like you were. Do you know how triggering it is to not be able to save someone else? Especially someone that's innocent and that was taken advantage of just like you at a young age. You don't want that. It's hard for you to sit by and watch injustice. It's hard for you to sit by and watch someone you love suffer. Even if you've had to suffer and go through the experience already, you don't want it for no one else. You don't. Look at that. You're going to have to go into you're going to have to tap into a higher realm. Look at that. High Priestess with level consciousness 8. Your ego is beginning to crumble. You master the energy of of energy you channel. You're mastering your intuition. You're mastering the channel of information. Some of y'all have so many gifts, voices, both living and dead, that are connecting to you through your dream state, that are connecting to you while you're awake. Some of you, it's hard to hear the things that you're hearing, the messages that you're receiving. It's a lot. This is a lot. And I know it's a lot. Because last night I had a dream. It's a gift and a curse. The things that I have seen, I almost did not want to sit to this table, and I did not want to even have this conversation. We're all are going through the same things in different ways. But there's a great evil roaming. And this person sits in a seat of authority, a very high seat of authority. Politicians, priests, pastors, preachers. This person is responsible for severely hurting and torturing a lot of children. These entities, these establishments have built many congregations. And there's this man specifically that's been using a drug to paralyze these children that have been kidnapped. And still in their innocence. I've seen this shit with my own two eyes. Like a third person in a room. The look on this child's face. Being unable to move her body. Unable to speak. Her eyes spoke to me. Her eyes spoke to me. The amount of pain that she felt. I could hear her screaming from the inside out. And I couldn't stop it. I couldn't save her. And this man spoke to her in a way telling her that she was going to do whatever he said and she wouldn't be able to do nothing about it, and that it would be better for her not to resist. How could she? This person had already I couldn't even finish watching my own dream. It's made me sick to my stomach. to be shown rooms of children being held in spaces too tight to comprehend, once in their families, don't know how they got there. But these people they trust, they knew these people. They knew these people. These people were people that they would have never thought would do anything to them. And then the crazy part is these people in these positions have been using tarot readers as like a source of information to see how well like they were getting away with it. And one of you will watch this, and I want you to know that I've seen you. Whoever you are, I've seen your face. I know what you look like. Spirit, show me everything. And I've seen you in the spirit world. And you will be discovered. And God wants me to tell you that this is your undoing. You have been hunting the gifted for a long time. All of these gifted children you've been traumatizing. The surgeons, the doctors that have been poisoning our children. Studying their blood. And you've been trying to do this unbeknownst. And some people have let you get away with it. Some readers have let you, feeding your ego. And you've been growing and growing and growing. And putting more people in place to cover for you. And the very people that put you in those positions to protect. These people have created the same Amber Alerts. They've created them. It's sick. They're all in cahoots together. You look at them, you look at these children like lesser beings. You look at these gifted people as lesser beings, disposable beings. Assassinating them before they come of age. Sacrificing them. I've seen your demise. And God may have put me in the rooms of the bondage where you've stored her children. You think you were safe. You think you were careful, hiding behind all of those gates, hiding behind the people, the very people that you were assassinating. Your time is over. It's over. I didn't want to hear this. But your ego, your empire that you've created, it's over. And those that have survived are going to speak against you. And those that have lived are going to talk about you. And they're going to take the entire thing down. Oh, you're going down. And I know a lot of you moms that are in the hospitals with your children, and you just know that the doctors, you can't trust them. You just know your spirit is telling you, don't leave them. I'm telling you, don't leave your children in those hospital rooms by themselves. I don't care if it's a nurse, a doctor. There's a real evil moving through this medical field. And they're putting your child to sleep and paralyzing them. If you knew some shit happened to your child, you would not be okay with it. And I'm sorry that this message is heavy. I promise you, this is not for everybody. Do not listen to this if it's not resonating with you. I'm telling you. It says you're an angel on earth sent here to learn certain things about the human condition and to guide humans on earth. A spirit guide in training to teach and heal others. Channeler. With a heightened consciousness, having power to channel divine messages, you have the ability to open people's eyes to the unforeseen. Don't go to work. And I know you may feel like, how am I going to provide? I have to be two places at once. For those of you that are in that situation, there's going to be one person specifically. Someone's going to be like an angel in disguise that comes in, and you're going to be able to trust only one person. And you'll know. You'll know. It's going to be someone that you could just tell they have this innocence about them, this young spirit about them. It's going to be in their eyes. You're going to feel like they're an earth angel. But there are Tauruses that have children, and your children are so gifted. Your children are so gifted. And you've been tasked with a very hard task. They have important missions, and these children are disappearing by the droves. Just like that. Gone, missing. And they try to go somewhere, anywhere else in their mind, and they're in the spirit world. Escaping experiences of that. It's like when they can't move, they just go somewhere else emotionally. You know, like mentally escaping the physical reality. It's a trauma response. Something that naturally happens when your emotions are when you're so afraid. You escape. And like last night, I was in the room. It broke my heart. I literally woke up in like me and this child was speaking to me. I was remote viewing. So whoever this message is for, take the parts that resonate with you, leave the parts that don't resonate with you. I'm spiritually exhausted. Everything is happening. All of the foresight and the messages that we're receiving and the reality and the harsh reality that is being channeled through all of these channels. There's a strategy to this. Okay? You know how I was talking about Pisces? The divine is really about to move in. Someone's time is over. This time is over. Kabbalah, tree of life, integration, life lessons, emanation. Stand your ground. Stand your ground, Taurus. That was the first message that Spirit gave in the very beginning. And that's the last one we're going to end it out with. Stand your ground. As above, so below. As within, so without. I love each and every single one of you. Until next time.